Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about all the books that I've gotten recently. So as promised in my February wrap-up video, I said I was going to talk about my books that I've recently gotten, and I didn't have enough time because I was like, this video is going to be so long. So I decided to dedicate an entire video to the books that I've gotten recently. And let me tell you, I got so many. I'm not usually a book buyer. I've said that in many of my videos, if you guys have seen my videos before this one. But these are books that I've gotten accumulated the last couple of months. So this isn't like these aren't like books that I've just like bought in one day. I've utilized Pango Books a lot because those books are so cheap. So my husband has been very generous in letting me get some books, and I'm very excited. Like, look at this stack. Oh, that's so many books. I'm so excited. I need to get a bigger bookshelf. I actually don't even have a bookshelf. We've been using my TV stand shelf and I have way too many books to fit in there now. So I'm becoming a real life bookstagrammer now. I actually have books to show you. So this one made a cameo in my last video. So this is A Ruse for Romance. I read it. I won a giveaway, a book box giveaway thing, and really cute. Recommend this one because I have read this one and I can do that now. So there's one book. There's so many here. I don't even know what to do. I've never done anything like this before. I bought Assassin of, man, the glare is not great. Assassin of Fire and Sacrifice by Mary Meacham. Meacham? I think it's Meacham. I've been wanting to read one of her books forever, and you can't find them in the library, and I can't find them on Pango Books to buy, so I had to get this from Amazon, but it's only $11, so I was like, whatever. So I'm really excited to read this. Her book sounds so good, and she's really funny on Instagram. She's very quirky, but this one seemed very interesting. So she's like an assassin, they get married, they hate each other. It just sounded so fun. And there's like banter, all the good stuff. She's been like, marketing this one really, really well. This is like one of the favorite books of her people. So like the people that follow her. So I'm looking forward to reading this one, very much so. Hopefully it'll be on my March wrap up. We'll see. I don't know if any of these will be on my March wrap up, but I'm hoping so. Okay, so then I got So That Happened by Katie Bailey. This is one of the books that my husband chose for me, the 25 books in 2025. So I was like, I gotta purchase it because I can't have access to it any other way. So I need to buy it, and he let me. But I got it from Pango Books for $2.50. $2.50. And it's literally in perfect condition. The spine's not cracked. There's no bends. Like, this came better than any Amazon book that I've ever bought. So look at that. Look at her. Ugh, I don't like calling inanimate objects like him or her. Look at it. Look at it. It's so cute. I'm really excited about this one. I've heard amazing things. I love Katie Bailey. She's fantastic. It's in perfect condition. It's in literal perfect condition. And I got it for $2.50. So I could not pass up on this one. I was like, I've got to get it. I've got to get it. There's going to be no better deal for this thing. On Pango Books, you do have to pay for shipping. So like $5 shipping, so that ended up being like $7. But like it's $14.99 on Amazon. So I was getting it 50% off anyway. So it was a no-brainer, obviously. I couldn't pass it up. And my husband was being so kind to me. He's like, the reason why he was being so kind, let me give you a little backstory here on why I've been able to purchase all of these. So my husband, he was a college athlete and he's been wanting to get into running to keep up his health. And so he's been running for the past year. He ran a half marathon last year and he loves it. And he's been wanting like a watch, like a workout watch for over 2 years. And finally he got a gift card to this local sporting goods place. And he's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy it. But he still had to spend like $120 for this watch. It's called a Garmin watch, if any of you know. It's like for runners, and he loves it so much. But we spent $120 on this watch. And so he's like, Mary, you can buy your books. It's fine. And I ended up spending like $45 for all of these. So it pales in comparison to the price of his watch, but we'll take what we can. Not that he's put me on like a spending ban or anything like that. He doesn't ban me from spending money, but this has been really nice to be able to buy some books for myself. Kind of like treat myself a little bit. Okay, then I got The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I read this one a couple of years ago. I loved it. But this one, I got it at a local bookstore, and it's kind of a funny story. So I knew that I wasn't going to find any typical closed door romance. You know, you're not going to find something like this in a used bookstore just because they're independent authors and they're not mainstream, so you won't find them in Target or anything, and so those books won't ever get donated. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going to find any closed door author in a used bookstore, it's going to be Catherine Center. And so I told my husband that before we went in. And I was like, Max, we're going to be looking for Catherine Center. I need to find a Catherine Center. And we were in there for like an hour and a half, and we were taking cute pictures. And it was the cutest little bookstore too. It was so sweet. And I was like, Max, I don't think I'm going to find it. I found great books in there. None of them were closed doors. So I was like, this is going to be a bust. And then right before we were going to leave, I turned to my left and I see this beautiful spine in the bookshelf. I'm like, no freaking way is this in the bookshelf right now. No way is that right there. And I grabbed it, and my husband took a picture of my genuine reaction of finding it on the shelf. I'll put my picture here for you to see my genuine reaction of finding this. I was so excited because I was like, this was what I said I wanted before we got here. So I was so excited. It was like $8. It was in perfect condition. There's no spine cracks, no page bending. It looks perfect. I was so excited to get this one. So my husband was like, you gotta get it. You gotta get it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get it. There's no stopping me now. Then I got One Foggy Christmas by Courtney Kiesel. Kind of a weird book to get this time of year, but I wanted to read this during Christmas. I just never got it. And you need to purchase this because it's not going to be in your library, unfortunately, unless you request it. But sometimes those don't go through unless whatever. I don't know. I don't even know how this works. I wanted to read this one so bad. I read the synopsis on the back. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is literally the Christmas version of the movie The Vow. If you've seen The Vow, this is The Vow, except it has Christmas in it. That is so funny because I literally watched The Vow a couple weeks ago because it's one of my sister's favorite movies. I was like, this is so funny. This is literally The Vow. I like The Vow, and I really wanted to read something like The Vow, and a closed door version of The Vow, like, it was a no-brainer. I got this one from Pango Books as well. No cracked spine, no bends. The paper's immaculate. I think I got this one for $8. So, I mean, it still ended up being cheaper than buying it from Amazon, but not the cheapest book I've ever bought. That $2.50, that was the cheapest book I've ever bought. For perfect condition too. Okay, then I got Juniper Bean Resorts to Murder by Gracie Ruth Mitchell. And I actually got the second one, Heidi Lucy Loses Her Mind. So I got both of these books from the same seller. She was selling them for $3 each. Guys, if this isn't putting you on to Pango Books, I'm telling you now, Pango Books is the place to purchase your books because the people who sell on there usually take very good care of their books. And I can find independent authors' books on there sometimes. And when you do find independent author books, you gotta jump on it because they sell really quickly. Sometimes they aren't on there for months because sellers aren't putting them on there. So when you see a closed door independent author's book, you get it. You just get it. So I was really excited about these. And I love Gracie Ruth Mitchell. I love her. Her Beauty and the Beach book was a 5-star read for me last year. I loved it. So I'm very excited to read these, and the covers are so cute. So I got both of these for $6, and then obviously the $4 shipping, but they ended up being like $11 for both of these. Full price, like $11, not 11 each, $11 for both. And both of them are in such good condition. They don't have cracked spines. I was so happy to see these on this person's page on Pango Books. So very excited about these two. Then I got this one, Can't Help Falling by Courtney Walsh. Again, you can't go wrong with a Courtney Walsh book. You really, really can't. This is another book on my 25 books in 2025 that my husband picked. So I'm like, Max, I don't have access to this. I don't even have access to the audiobook on like the library. You can usually find independent authors audiobooks on like the library system, but this one for some reason is not in the library system. So I was like, honey, I gotta get it. I have to get it. And this one was $7, $7.50. So it ended up being cheaper than online on Amazon. So I had to get it. And it's, again, in perfect condition. It does have a tiny little rip right here, but that doesn't bother me. Everything else is perfect. Like the pages don't even, it doesn't even look like it's been read. It was probably, this person probably bought it and was like, I really don't want to read this anymore. I don't want it on my shelf, like an unhaul kind of situation. And I jumped on that. So really excited to read this one. I think now that I have a physical copy of a couple of the books that my husband chose for me for the 25 and 2025, I think that's really helpful for me to get to these, to actually have them in my hand. Excited to read this one. Thank you, honey. Okay, we're almost to the end here. I feel like that's still so many books. That's so many. So this is Games of a Billionaire by Christine M. Walter. And this one has a funny story as well. I feel like I have so many stories for these books. So my sister, I read this as an ARC and I gave it 4.5 stars because I really loved it. It was American Convenience, super good. I talked about this in one of my wrap-ups. I don't remember which one. I think my December one. And I was so excited about it. I was like, oh my gosh, Emma, you need to buy this. It was so good. She just throws money at books. She just throws money. She has more books than I do, and she's only been reading for like a year. Not even a year, maybe 6 months. But basically, my sister bought it, and she opened the package, and she called me. She FaceTimed me, and she was like, Mary, you're not gonna believe this. And she pulled out 2 of these, and she's like, I bought one, and Amazon sent me 2. And I don't know if you're supposed to send one back, but Emma was like, do you want it? I was like, yeah, I want it. And so she gave it to me. I don't know if that's dishonest of us, but like Amazon sent us 2. It's really thin, so maybe they thought it was one book, but don't report me if that is bad. But I was really happy to take it from her. Really good book. I'm happy to have it on my shelf now. It's so cute. It was so cute. And it's obviously a super quick read. I don't have a hard time supporting independent authors. I really don't. I love supporting independent authors. This is independent authors are just so passionate about writing because they use their own money to do everything, and this author in particular is struggling with finances right now. She can't really publish her books right now because like nobody's buying them, and so that made me very sad. But I'm not trying to get on my soapbox here or anything, but if you are to buy any book, I would recommend this one. It was so good. Hopefully you guys, if you do buy it, I enjoyed it, and I hope you do too if you get into it. I don't know how much this was, but it was free for me, so. Okay, this is my last one, and this is actually a book that I did not purchase either because it is a advanced reader's edition. I'm so excited about this. I am on the Shadow Mountain Publishing hype team or influencer team. I signed up a couple of months ago, and they recently emailed me that they were sending me this book. And I was so excited. You guys should have seen me when I saw the email. I was like, no freaking way, this is so awesome. I'm excited to read this one. This one doesn't come out until April. Super excited. I love physical copy ARCs. Like they make me feel so cool. I don't know why. I feel like the coolest person ever to have this in my hand before it even comes out. Like this doesn't come out for another month. Like it doesn't come out until April 1st. Like that's crazy, but I have it in my hand. So I'm very excited. That is all the books. Oh my gosh, how many was that? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm pretty sure that was all the ones I've gotten. But that's crazy. 10 books in the last 2 months I have purchased. And honestly, all of these books together were probably $45. How did I do it? Pango Books, people. I'm not sponsored by Pango Books. Obviously, I have like 90 subscribers. They're so good. They're so good. Such an awesome platform for people to sell their books and for people like me who don't want to buy books at full cost. You can go get them there, and they're usually in really good condition. I recommend going there if you want to get books. Why not, If you're going to buy a book, might as well see if it's for sale on Pango Books, But in my February wrap-up, I also talked about some of the fun things that I've been doing. So I don't usually get personal on here or get off the topic of books, but I am an artist, and that is like my occupation. I paint. I'm a watercolor artist. People commission me to paint their families or their houses that they lived in, or family members who have passed away and they want them posed in like a family photo, or I do pictures of like Jesus with angels, like family member angels and all that. So I love what I do, but I'm more than that. I take up every old lady hobby you can possibly think of. So if you can name a few right now in your head, I'm gonna list a few things that I like to do. I like to crochet. I wanna get into sewing. My mom is very good at hand sewing. She does use a sewing machine, but she does hand sew a lot. And so I would like to be able to sew my own clothes, but I love to crochet. I've been crocheting for almost a year and a half now, which is so crazy. And I think I've gotten pretty good at it. I don't know. You guys can tell me when I show you some of the things I've crocheted as of late. I don't have any children, but for my future kids, might as well start now, you know? I have been crocheting some play food, and oh my gosh, guys, some of these are so cute. I'm not even close to being done. Like, I have so many ideas that I want to do. Had some of my family vote on which ones are their favorite. Actually, I'm gonna show you their favorite one last. But there are a couple here that are my family's favorites. So I'll show you like their least favorite to favorite. This one's actually my mom's favorite, but a little pretzel. Oh my gosh, it's not focusing. This little pretzel. Isn't that so freaking adorable? I love this. Was the first one I made. Not the first crochet project I've ever made, but the first play food thing that I've made. And then we've got this little carrot cake. My brother thought it looked like a barrel. So brother, if you're watching this, it's a carrot cake. It's got little carrots on top, little frosting, embellishment here. This one's really cute. It's not my favorite that I've done, but I think this one's adorable. Like, look at that. Look at those little carrots. They're little green thingies. Okay, and then we've got a little lemon. And all these are like life size too, except one of these ones I'm gonna show you. But like a little lemon. Oh, that one's so cute. I love this yellow. And we've got this little jam jelly toast. It's even kind of squishy. I stuffed it just a little bit between two pieces of toast. That one's so cute. Like, look at that. Are you kidding me? And then we've got peas in a pod. These ones actually come out, so you can take these out. Can you see? Little peas in a pod. Oh my gosh. These are so cute. I did only do two peas in a pod. I'm not going to show you what that looked like, but you can infer like what that probably looked like when there's only two of them in here. Just infer. I'm not going to show you because it's obscene. But my family made fun of it and I was like, all right, this is not going to work. So I made 3 instead. And then the favorite one of most of my family is this cute ice cream cone, strawberry on top with like the cute detail. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. And like the little frillies here. This one's definitely my favorite. Like, you can make a billion of these in every single color possible. Like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Look at that. And it's like life size. So my kids are lucky. My future children are gonna love these. So if you guys want to see more of my crochet stuff, if you want me to talk more about my life and not just books, there's more to me than books. That is for sure. I had a lot of fun recording this. I've never recorded anything really besides like my wrap-ups or recommendations or something like that. So very happy with this video. All of my books, oh gosh, and all of my crochet play food. Aren't they so cute? I recommend, if you guys do crochet, I recommend crocheting little play food because, like, are you kidding me? So fun. Guys, it's getting warmer. I live in Montana. I'm pretty sure I've said this before. And we got feet of snow, and we got pounded. And it got to like -20 consistently for like a couple of weeks. And some of the highs we got were like -3. It was so cold. And right now, almost all of the snow is gone. It's been so warm. It's been like 40 to 50 degrees here. We're so happy. I'm wearing like a spring lavender purple color because I'm manifesting spring. I love spring. I like spring and fall. They're my favorite seasons. So I love seeing the flowers come back and the grass turn green again and the trees get their leaves back. I love spring. I love spring and I'm so excited for this new season. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, like books that I buy or stuff that I'm doing, or even like vlogs. I could start vlogging, I guess, now that I'm recording on my phone. I used to record on my camera, but that just became way too much work. Recording on my phone's a lot better. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.